I'm not around, have you found I'm always on your mind?
Welcome back, everyone, to the Boiling Point Podcast. We are on episode 47, Portals and Gateways to Other Realms, and our special guest, senior unexplained phenomena correspondent, Uncle Mark, is going to be talking about portals and gateways to other realms in this episode. Uncle Mark, thank you for coming back on the episode, and let's thank Marcus Fredrickson for playing us in, as he always does, plays us in and out now. Make sure you check out his channel on iTunes, and the link is in the description of the video. You can also visit our storefront at bonfire.com/store/the Boiling Point Podcast. Pick yourself up some apparel, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to our Rumble station. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/the Boiling Point Podcast. You can find us on Parler at the Boiling Point Podcast. And you can follow me on Instagram at JDEDESIGNz, and that's with a Z. So make sure you go to any of those places, like, comment, share, and if you would like to support us further, go visit the storefront and buy some apparel, maybe a coffee mug. We have hats now, beanies. Uncle Mark, thanks for being on the show again.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here tonight.
We're going to talk about portals and gateways to other realms on this episode. No doubt we'll get to get some comments and stuff after this episode gets posted, as we usually do when you and Pastor Gavin usually speak. Uncle Mark, we're going to hopefully put together a Q&A for you here in the next couple of weeks too. So if you have a question for Uncle Mark on any of his episodes, please leave a question for him, and we will not answer it, but we will save it until we can do a Q&A episode with Uncle Mark as well. So if you have any questions for him, please comment those. Now, before we actually get to the portals and gateways to other realms, I have a little side question. We just did a Q&A with Pastor Gavin as the last episode that was posted. And unfortunately, I forgot to ask him this question. We got into so much stuff because a lot of the questions were about Christ's resurrection. So we got into a whole mess of stuff in that episode. And then I completely ended up forgetting to ask him. But I will ask him in the next episode. But we're going to ask Uncle Mark first, because it was a question that was posed. Someone commented it. Is there, in fact, a sibling rivalry between you and your brother, Pastor Gavin, on the podcast, views and so forth like that? Is there a sibling rivalry?
Oh, of course, yes. There's quite a bit of sibling rivalry.
Okay, excellent.
Actually, with the Whitcombs, we're very competitive, and we strive for perfection in everything. But as far as rivalry goes, he's probably, as far as biblically and scholarly concerns, he's probably the smartest man I know, and I have a lot of love and respect for him. If I have a certain spiritual question, he's the guy I go talk to about it or ask about it. So.
As the same with me. He is.
Yeah, we do, but it's all good-natured and
all in good fun.
Yes.
Yes, I would agree with you that when it comes to biblical and some of the scholarly things, Pastor Gavin is very well read. But on the other hand, you got some stuff. I mean, I know that a lot of the topics you do are out there a little bit. They're not of the norm. But you certainly know plenty about what you're talking about. So yeah. I have no doubt that there's definitely a little sibling rivalry there, but all in good fun. We will make sure to ask Pastor Gavin on his next episode as well if he thinks there's any sibling rivalry, and what he has to say about it as well.
Yeah, he's a very intelligent man. He's been through the fire, that guy, and he's come out shining, and he's beat just about everything the devil's thrown at him. So I have a lot of respect and love for that guy. So,
I also.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I also. So good. So there is a little sibling rivalry, but it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
So that's good. And you guys, I mean, honestly, at this point, though, I don't know that we could, pick one person. Like I said,
There's
Pastor,
some things we differ in opinion on, but
yeah. I mean, I'm saying about like in regards to the if there's a competition on the podcast, you know, Pastor Gavin may have an episode or two that's got more views than most of yours, but you have a lot of consistent views when we get episodes with you on as well. So you guys are both about neck and neck there on the podcast thing. The people like what both of you had to say. So I'm glad to continue to have both of you on.
Yeah, well, good. Well, let's talk about portals and gateways to other realms. You know,
Absolutely.
Do they exist? You know, are there intersections where realms and universes overlap? You know, there's stories that account in cultures worldwide, and then there's multiple fiction stories. You know, from Alice in Wonderland, Babes in Toyland, Oz. You know, even to the gateways to hell in mythology. To the biblical gates and the gatekeepers mentioned in the scriptures. So, you know, it's vast. It's something that interests just about every culture. And, you know, the concept of opening dimensional gates, that's been in the cult goal for thousands of years, you know. Some people wander into them accidentally, or they witness things that suddenly disappear. And there's countless stories of such things. You know, did they enter another realm briefly and then they were kicked back out to our reality, or vice versa? You know, so we're going to talk about some of these gate portals and gateways to other realms that we know about. And probably one of the earliest evidence that we have is rock petroglyphs and cave paintings. You know, there's petroglyphs. There's always spiral petroglyphs, and they often feature a horned humanoid figure in the close proximity to the vortex. Now, scholars interpret these as symbolizing the portal to a long journey. A horned beast god emerging from a spiral vortex, you know, and you see these all over the world. They're the oldest things. And which brings us to one of the newest things, and that would be CERN. CERN, we're going to talk about a little bit more on Rumble. So if you want to bump over from YouTube to Rumble, now's a good time to do so.
All right, that sounds good. It's going to be a quick one on YouTube, but that's what we like to do because, you know, YouTube doesn't like our videos anyway. So switch over to Rumble. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, well, you know, piss off.
I'm not around, have you found? I'm always on your mind.